me introduce myself. I'm Fadhilah. You can call me Lucy. I'm the second grade student of Midwifery program of Poltekkes Kemenkes Tasikmalaya, Cirebon. And now, I'm going to show you how to do episiotomy. The episiotomy injury technique is to reconstruct the vaginal surface and perineum which is severely traumatized. Episiotomy was stitched after the placenta was burned. Before we go to the step, I will show you what the equipment needed. Some of the tools needed for episiotomy action are episiotomy scissor, foam block, sewing thread, and needle. Okay, now let's get to the step. What you have to do first is insert the needle and while holding it at 2/3 to 3/4 of the way down from the tip of the needle. After that, put a needle bit fast, perpendicular to the axis of the needle driver. This gives me a more ergonomic position in my wrist and arm. Don't forget to identify the apex of the restoration. Use your spoon to wave away blood to clearly see the apex. In the first second degree tears, the tear often occurs in a V shape, and there will be two apices, right and left. In this case, choose to refer one line of the V first, and then restart from the apex of the second line, and continue refer. Next, place your anchoring suture 1 cm above the apex of the laceration. After that, make secure your suture should be secure for braided suture 3 or 4 square knots are enough. Estimate the vaginal mucosa and underlying tissue by running the suture toward an exterior in a continuous fashion to the level of the hymen. Don't forget to run a suture in a looking fashion which help prevent shortening of the vagina. Suture bits should be placed around 1 cm apart and help to 1 cm away from the edge of the tear. Be mindful to incorporate enough tissue into your suture bites. Next, place one suture on the inside of the hymen and the next set just outside of the hymen, and then Fadhilah layer about 1 cm past the level of the hymen and tie the suture to itself. When cut, the suture leave a small tail to come back later. After completing the Fadhilah layer and also close the deep layer using interrupted suture. Before going to the next step, insert finger into the dead space to get a sense of how deep it is. For the remaining interrupted deep suture, it's important to remember the proximity of the rectum to protect the plane of your needle horizontal so that the movement of the tip is parallel to the rectum instead of the plunging down into it. Closing the skin layer using a running circular stitch. This is more comfortable for the patient than interrupted skin suture. Sometimes, however, they use interrupted skin suture if the skin there is short or very irregular. And then start by anchoring your suture at the end, closest to the anus, to complete the skin closure using a running subticular stitch. Last, before going to the next step, cut the suture till pretty short and about 2 mm if too long is uncomfortable for the patient. Before finishing, do another DRE. And now, suturing the perineum is complete. Thank you for watching. Bye!